Thank you very much. Well, with me now is the Chief Executive of the UK Screen Alliance, Neil Hatton. Might worth just explaining the UK Screen Alliance. You represent who?
Well, we represent the post-production houses, visual effects houses, animation studios and the TV and film studios. So, like Jellyfish Pictures in your previous piece, they're one of our members.
And you share the concern we heard expressed in that piece about the difficulties that people will face in future coming into this country to work with you.
Well, I think it's more the impact on our workforce that we're concerned about, because we do a lot of work for American companies, for the Hollywood studios, but our workforce is made up of 33% Europeans and 13% from the rest of the world. So our worry is about the loss of free movement of labour after Brexit. We think we'll be okay up until 2020 because of the transitionary arrangements, but it's really what the visa policy looks like after 2020. And we really haven't had any indication from the government of exactly what that'll be.
It's the not knowing that's causing damage at this stage, is it?
Well, I don't think it's particularly causing damage, but it's certainly causing apprehension.
Well, when you're apprehensive about something, you do sort of have backup plans. Is there a worry that what this means is an industry like yours, which you could pick up, go to a cloud anywhere in Europe and presumably pick up quite quickly, that people might actually just go and do that?
Well, I think there is possibility. I think it's more likely that the larger companies who already have established operations in places like Canada would start bidding for projects out of cities like Montreal and Vancouver, which are already well established as competitors to the UK.
And when we talk about competitiveness, Gordon Brown's government were very keen to encourage filming, and there were tax incentives, which still put London high up, don't they?
Well, our tax incentives are very competitive, and they brought in a lot of work. I think visual effects probably accounts for about 12 to 13% of the work that comes in through the film tax credit. So that's a substantial amount of money. I mean, effectively, visual effects, the value to the economy, we estimated about 600 million, and that's not bad for an
600 million?
Yes. And that's not bad for an industry that only employs about 6,500 people. That's a lot of punch for your money.
So very, very briefly, what do you want? What do you want to hear in the next few weeks that might just allay those fears?
Well, I think the free movement of labour, the issue really is in the government's hands. This is not part of a bilateral negotiation with Europe. Our future visa policy is in the government's own hands. So we need them to make the right decisions about how expensive visas are going to be, whether we're going to have sufficient quotas, how flexible they are, how quickly we can get people in, because we need a very agile workforce to flex up and down very quickly. And at the moment, you can actually phone up somebody in Paris and say, we need you in London tomorrow, and you can get them here and they can work. Will we be able to do that after Brexit? I doubt it.
Neil, it's very good to talk to you. Thank you very much. Neil Hatton there, Chief Executive of the UK Screen Alliance. Thanks. You're watching Afternoon Live. Now, in the past half an hour, the United States says it will start levying tariffs on imports of steel and aluminium from the EU, Canada and Mexico.